Chapter 43, The Righteous Man. Do I want to be right or happy? Both, says my ego. But like oil and water, being right and being happy do not mix. Laying down the sword of righteousness can be one of the hardest things for a man to do. Am I right or am I right? Women, help us out here. We are stuck in our heads. It's lonely and cold in here with nothing but our opinions to keep us warm. Don't wrestle with us in the cerebral mud. If you stay out of your head and stay in your heart, you will help us drop into ours. Being right is the way we men have learned to keep the shame monsters at bay. Some of us will do anything, including start wars, to prevent shame from rising to the surface. Shame is the reason the 4 hardest words for a man to hear from a woman is, "We need to talk." "What did I do wrong now?" is our knee-jerk response. That's shame working behind the scenes, the generator of apprehension, anxiety, and anger. When we're ready, usually with the help of some significant support, we face shame head-on. Righteousness dissipates. We start to take our opinions less seriously. We grow into vastly better listeners because our intent becomes to connect rather than to correct. So what do you do if you find yourself shape-shifting into your old masculine protection plan, the rigid, reactive opinions that take over your brain and body when you least expect it? Here are some possible courses of action to cool yourself down when your egoic engine gets overheated. 1. Close your mouth and leave the scene. Drop your argument like you would a hot potato and excuse yourself from the conversation. If it is with a loved one, reassure them that you value the relationship and are going to take a break to do some self-reflection. You can even tell them that you are beginning to shapeshift into an asshole and you want to spare them your conversion. Reassure them that like Jesus and the Terminator, you will be back. 2, get into your feelings. Drop the story in your head about how right you are and how wrong they are, and acknowledge the anger, the hurt, the fear, and shame that's right underneath it. Remember, there's nothing wrong with your feelings and nothing wrong with you for having them. Ask yourself, what inside me feels so threatened right now? Then practice neutralizing the threat by being kind to yourself and to your feelings. 3, do a deep dive into your past. See if you can remember moments from your childhood when you were shamed for making a mistake or bullied by someone who always had to be right. Remind your inner child that he is safe, important, lovable, precious, whether right or wrong. 4, when you are feeling calmer and ready to listen, go back and seek to empathize. If you don't understand, ask questions. Often, but not always, when someone feels respected and understood, they have more capacity to listen. Even if they don't, you've taken a bold step in healing shame and your righteousness. 5, if you are in any type of close relationship, try playing the right day game. Invented by Bob Mandel, here are the rules of engagement. Designate 1 day a week for each person to always be right. On that day, whatever they say gets agreement from their partner. You could say, "Hey, look up there, the moon, it's falling from the sky." The receiver of such blatant misinformation responds with something like, "Oh my God, should we make a run for it, or do you think it will leave Earth alone?" Practice this game for a period of time and the whole business of insisting on being right will dissolve in laughter. Trading in your righteousness for playful curiosity makes you a happier camper. So much happier than camping out in being right, uptight, and bracing for a fight.
It's time to refrain from defending your pain. Would you rather be happy or right? Life can be a prison or a playground.
And this chapter ends with a quote from Bob Mandel, who says, "I'd rather win love than arguments."